Hello, and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. We're going to continue where we left off. I might not be able to read as much today. We'll see. I brought my water with me just in case. Alright. So we're leaving off after losing Sayori. Alright, we see that the game has reset. Strangely. So this is just the beginning of the really weird stuff, and it's gonna get super weird. Now, let's get at it, shall we? You'll note I'm slightly disembodied. Trying to get in the Halloween mood. The hard part is I'm short, so like my chair peeks from behind me. Oh. It's not quite seamless. And you see my hands. Woo! Alright. Let's go. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I am perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there'd be any girls in it anyway. No girls in the anime club? Jeez, what's wrong with that? The school day is ordinary as ever, and it was over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There aren't really that interest me. Besides, most of them will probably be too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Samurai Pie! Monica! Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you there. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. It's familiar. So having her smile at you so generally feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I'm just looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about budget, and publicity, and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. The Literature Club. Zap. Literature? Sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? Kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. Besides, it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my new members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. It is. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member is a member, right? Did Monica say she? Samurai Pie? By any chance, are you looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome! You're really sweet, Samurai Pie. It's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for materials another time. You're more important. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly followed Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. Eh? A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. Anyway, welcome to the club, Samurai Pie. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. It's true. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki. The girl with sour attitude is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like one of the first-year students. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. That's so weird. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears to be comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Samurai Pie in the classroom and decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know, sorry. Hey, forget about that, just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there are not more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when there's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Man, I would love to make a literature club. I'd make an adult literature club. Yeah. Not school, though. You have to work hard to convince people you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. Carefully, she places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't get a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? It's true. I guess. Don't let get yourself Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea reading might not sound like a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Oh, is there a doggy under my chair? Hold on, everybody. Hi, buddy. You wanna come hang out? Come on. And magically appearing puppy. Nothing appears for you. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Samurai Pie, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the room of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship, my god, behind them are amazing to me. Is amazing to me. Okay. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. What are you doing over here, dog? She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Ah, I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to their world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. Oh man, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind at the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, yeah, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your own vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe, if you share some of your work. You can set an example, help Natsuki feel comfortable to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of Vice President after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Samurai Pie? Hold on there, there's still one problem. Oh, what's that? Now we reach the most important topic. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Oh no, they're all so sad. But I'm sorry, I thought... The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Samurai Pie. Thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. But I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. And if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you mean that? Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. Oh, I'm so happy! We can become an official club now, yay! Thank you so much for this, you're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Samurai Pie, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Ehehe. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, see you tomorrow. My nose itches. I have a lurking individual over here. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll get a chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and then I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes. That's depressing. Okay. Alrighty, so we're still gonna try. Yes, Natsuki. Excuse me. Sunny. Sunny Bubbles. Marshmallow. Catty. Pink catty. And a bunny. You look great about animals, apparently. I feel like this is extra long. Boop! Who doesn't want to put the word boop in a poem? Hi again, Samurai Pie. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. I'm back in the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Samurai Pie. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Whoa, that was weird. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take this seriously, you won't see the end of it. Whoa, Natsuki has a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga in the collection in the room. Monica, you're covering shit, I can't see. There we go. Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monica and manga. Manga's literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Samurai Pie. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking out a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you really don't want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. That's totally how you pick up boys, right? By like, we'll read the same book and discuss it. How is this girl actually being so cute? Because she's adorable. Anyways, she even picked out a book she thinks I'd like, despite not me reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Enthusiastically takes the book. But you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Sorry, doggo. I gotta shift and scratch my leg. Pew, Bobby. Bobby! Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. Watch your tail. That doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book, and I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I hear Natsuki is utter and exasperated sigh from the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. I might need a drink here. Are you looking for something in there? Fucking Monica. Whoa. That's great. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What is the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else just gonna mess it up? Alright. Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What is that supposed to mean? See, there's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. Then she returns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Aha, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get closer to look at the box set she's wearing. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can go through the glass on the door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. I'll tell you one thing, Samurai Pie. Don't judge a book. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I start the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. Succeedingly Mo. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. And then she takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't breathe at the same time like that. Huh? Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't say that. Just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after you've already finished a series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since I swear for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this is God, look how cute she is. Are you sure that this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? You don't share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. Just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like... Oh, hold on, dog. Boop. You still haven't grown out of that yet? Never grow out of it. Just say, court stuck. It makes me want to punch him in the face. Org, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitate toward other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you, Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. Oh my god. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. Well, good, I just can't win, can I? Well, it's paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, I'm here, reading it. Well, it's not like it solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? Face. Face. So? Aha. Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. The dots are accumulating and time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. This looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey. Whoa! Whoa! Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. And she throws it at Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it right into her mouth. Don't worry, Samurai Pie. She's fine. Just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share our poems now? Let's start with Monica today. Yesterday, she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, Samurai Pie. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything... Oh, that's my mouse. If you ever have any suggestions for the club, like activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'm gonna be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, we're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's just the sort of barrier that'll soon learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. And Monica, my poem. I like it. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. Kind of makes you think something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. Uh-huh. If you say so. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Oh, Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's in a fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she just loses all of her strength and shuts down. God, that is fucking depressing. This is just a guess, but she thinks she's still small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know. Sorry, just trying to look at the bright side. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. The poem. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of stuff's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be fairly powerful. So, what was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone becomes better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy up later. Another way to think about this, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Ooh, let's talk to Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. Minute passes. Enough time for a finished reading. Oh? Sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? Why do you ask? Just making sure. I guess this might be after reading through it. Oh. Ah, so I guess it's that bad, huh? No. Did I just raise my voice? Sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. She's all over the place. I couldn't help but notice that there's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it is as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not finding them and building them, but getting them to work together, is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri was apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if this is a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I'm sorry for such terrible handwriting. What? It wasn't like that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? Apparently eh is a word. Did you know? That's a relief. I also I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest, since it's your first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you only did glance over it after all. Remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Just makes me happy that you think that. Just remember, it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Let's go talk to Natsuki. Dots and dots. Okay, well, let's start with things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki reads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Huh? That's the whole point of sharing in the first place. I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, I remember how I said I wanted to read your poems. That's what I had in mind in writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. I Like Monica said, well, be more comfortable sharing my poems if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ah ha ha, well, it's not great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. You went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. Sorry, everybody. I like this hangnail. I'm trying to trim it off and read at the same time. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. Her retort gets caught in her throat. You just don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. If you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're so self-important. I'm pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. Any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Grr, fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. The other nice thing about the simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps you bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did, I guess, more went into this poem, more went into it than I realized. That it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I really don't care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew! I guess it's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than anticipated. It's as if everybody's judging me for their mediocre writing abilities. Even though they're being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's this language? Eh? Did you say something? No, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively turns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks? Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. It just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Wow. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come out nice at all. I do have a couple suggestions. Harumph. I was looking for suggestions I would ask someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it. Samurai Pie liked it too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Samurai Pie liked my poem too, you know, or get me in the middle of this. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Samurai Pie appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Oh no. Oh no, fam. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No, if I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Wow. Well, you know what? Oh man. I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Samurai Pie started showing up. What? Oh man, we gotta talk about boobs. That's okay! That's so cute, that's a little... This does not involve you! Taking out your own insecurities and others like that. Uh-oh. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Oh man, shit's happening. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch. Oh my god. Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone your mental age should comprehend. Oh man. Just saying that proves my point. Most will learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. Oh my god, look at this. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Oh my god. Whoa, be careful. You might cut yourself with that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Oh. Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Samurai Pie hear everything we really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns toward me. She just knows I was standing there. Samurai Pie. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I scrolled so fast. This is terrible. Good guys. There's Monica. Nothing's happening. There we go. Hey Samurai Pie, why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Oh man, sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. It looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. She's rocking back and forth on her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Muri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Samurai Pie, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We all know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over and you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps on saying Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president. I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take responsibility there today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much chance to discuss my book with Samurai Pie. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I really don't have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble, but I really... Whoa. Well then. Sparkle. we're still going for this lovely lady. Well. Yes, if you've seen any of this, you get an idea. Of how this goes in any case. Man. Marshmallow. Another wacky day in the Doki Doki Literature Club. Another day passes and it's time for club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the last couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back. Hi Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at her desk, and surprisingly Monika is not here yet. Suddenly, Yuki takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Something like that has never happened before. And something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. I am happy you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. I've already decided that there's no way you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really did mean it. Don't say those kind of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad you joined this club. Everything is a bit brighter with you around, and, sorry, what was I saying right now? Did you guys see Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either? Yuri is clearly taken aback about how calmly Natsuki is addressing her. No, I haven't. She doesn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but to worry a little bit. What? You're both looking at me like that. Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of those things I said. Oh, excuse me. And I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Eh? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. Well, man. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyway, and it helps you feel better about it. Besides, kind of nice to hear, since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that. No, not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. So the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Natsuki was. I was not. Took you so long anyway. Our last period was study hall, and to be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. It makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you play music as well, Monika. Well, don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed. Oh, thanks, Yuri. We should play for something for us sometime. Oh, Monika looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. that so? In that case, I won't let you down. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Oh, don't worry. I was hoping I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about. Besides, Natsuki has already run off to into the closet. Samurai Pie, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you'd like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Ah, I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you after you gave that book to me. Well, I need to guess and make sure that Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, she's fine. She's reading over there, see? Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Oh my god, this is so nasty. Come on, we're going over there. Well, what's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about the religious camp that's turned to a human experiment prison! Oh man! And people trapped there have a trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. Feeling it gets even worse. They start selectively breeding people by cutting off lips and fixing them too. Oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. Anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Nothing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy this kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri was into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just this kind of story. It's the kind of challenge to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen to not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people, and we're all worthless anyway. Whoa. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. You don't apologize, I haven't lost interest or anything. I hope it's not forcing me down this path like I didn't realize it was going to, but I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets blah, 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 blah. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please stop me if I'm talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. Well, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. Quickly retrieve the book that I put into my bag. Alright, is it fine if I sit here? I slip into the seat next to yours. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a bit apprehensive. That's... Oh, not that I want you to, it's just something I'm never used to, that is reading in the company of someone. I see. Well, just tell me I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing, maybe just a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Oh my god, battling feeling something. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? that doesn't pop up here. Those weird things. Okay. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. No, I don't mean to. Sorry. Oh my god, sorries. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it gets against yours and hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. I feel like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides under her thumb after it flips to her side. Holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's like I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face. She's a corner of my vision. Are you ready? Yeah? To turn the page. Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. Dun dun dun. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? Don't mind if being patient takes a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Thanks. We continue reading. That is so weird. Yuri no longer asks me I'm ready to turn the page. Alright guys, I'm gonna need to pause for a second. I will be back. Sorry, everybody. Alright, I'm gonna have to head out early. We're having kind of a moment over here. I don't think I'm gonna be back on tonight. We've got a thing in the morning tomorrow. The rest of the schedule should be current and fine and awesome. Thank you for your patience. I love you guys very much. I will see you tomorrow.